Hello friends, this is Brain from GameBrain.media. We're going to play White Knuckle Trails in Mudrunner at 4K. I selected a couple of oddball trucks that you don't see very often, at least I don't see very often, but I like them. They are fun. And we've got a spun, what is it, FJ40 over there? And then we have a Toyota Weirdo. We can get into that as this progresses, but let's talk about 4K for just a moment. I am not I'm not paying for Streamlabs software, so I can't stream in 4K. It appears that I have a 1920 by 1080 limitation. That might be a Twitch limitation because I'm not partner or some crap. Then you can't stream in 4K. And okay, that's understandable. It probably puts a whole hell of a lot more stress on bandwidth usage. But I went ahead in Streamlabs and I set up a custom, well, I set up a new, whatever that thing's called, streaming screen capture situation. And I'm not a pro at this, but you know what? Can you see this? Can I show you this? Yes. No. It won't show the streaming software just by itself. Oh, that's interesting. I wanted to show you the streaming software. Let's see if I can click it. No, it will not appear on screen. All right. Well, anyway, I set up a deal in the streaming software that I created a custom resolution of whatever my monitor is capable of, and that is 3840 by 2160. When I originally started streaming, and this is going to be irrelevant to anybody who just wants to play at 4K, but it scaled the screen, so you only saw like 2/3 of the game in the streaming software. So I had to set up a custom resolution to play at 38 by 40 2160, but the streaming software is scaling that down to 1920 by 1080 because that's the maximum resolution I can apparently stream at. All right, so getting into this a little further, as you know, Game Brain, I am a nerd. I chose the name because I think I'm a smart guy, but clearly I've proven myself wrong over and over again. Anyway, the title of this is Mudrunner 4K. Are you serious? And guess what? It seriously works, and it looks fantastic. And because Mudrunner is not a fast-paced game like a first-person shooter, I'm still getting incredible frame rates. Now, I haven't left the parking lot, so maybe once I get into some dense forests and trails with tons of rocks and mud and water, I might bog down on the FPS, right, frames per second area. But the first thing I did was I went to my display settings, and you can see I'm running two monitors. If I identify this monitor, this is monitor 1. My streaming software window is on monitor 2, and that's 1920 by 1080. It's a little 24-inch side monitor. I'm playing on a 50-inch 4K LED television. But it has HDMI. My video card has HDMI out. The TV has HDMI in, and that's my current setup, right? And this isn't my TV. I have my best TV is a 47-inch LCD, 60 hertz, and then it does hertz doubling when you're watching television, so it's 120 hertz for fast action movies. And dude, that monitor is like 15 years old. It's like archaic LCD technology. And even though this is a very affordable Vizio, Vizio, a Vizio monitor, it's not mine. It's my roommate's. He had it in the spare bedroom. He's like, "Here, you want to use this?" Sure. Then I don't have to unbox my big old Goliath. And my old TV weighs a ton. This thing weighs nothing. Anyway, it's a Vizio 50-inch 4K TV. Now I watch regular television, and he has direct TV in the house, and I pretty much just watch a couple of sitcoms here and there. Right before bed, I turn on TV. In 5 minutes, I'm out. I turn on the sleep timer, turn off the TV, and after 60 minutes, and that's it. But Yeah, it streams on DirecTV at high res and it looks really good. When we have wicked storms and stuff, there's a little pop-up message that says, "Oh, we can only provide this channel in standard definition right now. Is that okay?" Well, you have to say yes, otherwise you're not going to watch that show. Anyway, I digress as usual. All right, so I started with the display, right? I went to my display settings and I selected 3840 by 2160 because that is the native resolution for this particular monitor or this particular television. And I thought that 4K was only going to run 30 FPS, but apparently not. Here's a little bit of information on 4K resolutions. There's different standards around the world, and it looks like in the UK, no, I'm sorry, in digital cinema, full 4K is 4096 by 2160 DPI, dots per inch, right? And then when we look at what resolution I'm running is 3840 by 2160, that's the native resolution that came up in the hardware settings of my television when I looked at this. Now, if we go down here to SMPTE UHD standard, a resolution of 3840 by 2160 is called UHD TV1. Oh, look at that. UHD TV2 doubles both of those numbers. Anyway, am I not in true 4K? I don't know. Read some of this crap and you try to figure it out. We're not really in a cinema, right? We're looking at televisions. So in 2007, the motion picture industry established what's UHD TV1 and UHD TV2, and it defines these. So there's that. To me, this is the standard resolutions of what would be called television 4K and television 8K. But I'm not a rocket surgeon or a brain scientist, right? Come on, you get the joke. I'm not a rocket scientist or a brain surgeon. So I'm just putzing along trying to figure out. All right, fine. I set my Windows display settings to the proper resolution, which is native to the television I am using as a monitor. Then I went and I learned a little bit about the 4K resolution crap. And what then did I do next? I went into the GeForce settings for my video card. Oh man, did it just really reset me? Son of a bitch. I think it did. Yeah. So there's two different things going on with, let me just do GeForce. All right, GeForce. Nope. I need to put in NVIDIA. All right, so I went to the NVIDIA control panel then. And this is only probably going to be relevant if you are somebody who has. Here we go. An NVIDIA video card. Now, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. My Radeon card had vastly different interface, right? But I had to go into the NVIDIA control panel, and you can see I have set I've got the settings at 3840 by 2160. That's what I also set in my streaming software. That's what I set with my Windows display settings. So everything jives between the video cards understanding, and look at it, my refresh rate is 60 hertz. It gives me that option. It's the highest option there is. Native resolution of the TV is 3840 by 2160. So this NVIDIA video card control panel software has picked up on the fact it's looked at the television. It's a Vizio V555-H1, and that's what I'm currently running on. Perform scaling on the display? No, I thought I had that set to GPU. Override the scaling mode set by games and programs. I really don't know what this means, but if I turn that on, does that mean that? Well, I mean, I'm already running locally. I think that the software I'm not paying for Streamlabs 4K, and I'm using the free version of the app, and I think its max resolution that you can stream at is 1920 by 1080. Or that's a limitation of the fact that I'm a little peon nobody in the Twitch world, and they give me a free account and I can only do 1920 by 1080. If I was a big time moneymaker on Twitch and a partner and all that crap, then I might be able to stream in 4K. But I do have a fat internet connection, 750 megabytes per second download speed, dude. Running what's it called? Ookla speed test. OOKLA, I think, is Ookla speed test. You can test your internet speed at Ookla. Um, and it might be megabits per second rather than megabytes. 750 megabits, and then my up speed is 44 megabits per second. So that's vastly different than 3.5 that I was streaming off of my cell phone as a modem for almost a year. Yeah, well, I think over a year. Anyway, here we are. I've got the control panel for NVIDIA set appropriately. Yes, I would like to apply those changes. Okay. Your desktop configuration has changed. All right, well, I can live with that. All right, so to recap real quick, I went to my desktop, I right-clicked, hit Display Properties, I changed my settings to 4K, the native resolution of this television/monitor. Then I went into the NVIDIA control panel and I made sure that everything was equal, as equal as possible. Then I realized that they were using software rendering, and I decided, hell, I have a powerful GPU. I'm going to use my GPU to scaling the resolution. So then I went to the GeForce experience, and what this gives you is something that's not like my former AMD Radeon R9 390. The Radeon Experience software is different than the GeForce Experience software in that I could go down here to Mudrunner. That I'm on that, and I could choose. I could choose these settings. I could change things. I could bump everything up to enable FXAA, but I had the choice to do it at 4x, 8x, or 16x. Maybe not FXAA in those increments and numbers. Maybe they don't go up to 16. Maybe it's only 2, 4, and 6. But different versions of anti-aliasing and different kinds of filtering and stuff, different graphic settings are a thing. So anyway, I went into the game. I went into Mudrunner and I set my resolution in Mudrunner to 3840 by 2160. And it also displayed native. It knows that the monitor is capable. That's its standard resolution for the monitor. So anyway, the GeForce experience has predefined my video card is capable of using optimal settings, right? I used the built-in gizmo up here. Scan for games and apps, and then it finds a list of games, which you can see at the left side of the GeForce Experience interface. Then I clicked Optimize all games and apps. Well, apparently this video card is capable of running everything in Mudrunner at its maximum, so we're good to go. Therefore, oh wait, I was going to show you this. There's a little wrench icon over here, custom settings. I thought if I clicked this, that would allow me to change some of these things. But no. So let me just jack it down to here. And you'll notice that my custom settings have turned off the depth of field effect, the FXAA, and the SSAO, and knocked me down from graphics quality from high to medium. So, I guess this is like a simplified version of using optimal of giving you individual incremental options and choices of run 4x, 6x, 8x of these different graphic features and filters or shaders and all the rest. So anyway, here we are. We're at optimal settings, and I'm going to hit cancel. I don't want any changes to be applied. We're at optimal settings in the GeForce experience. So I'm going to kill that. Can leave the browser open and jump into Mudrunner. Alrighty then. We are going to run white knuckles with three trucks I don't see very often. In fact, where do I see Mudrunner videos? Primarily at Mudrunner Maniac and DB Gaming. So Modern Maniac ran through a whole wide variety of trucks. Sometimes those trucks were not even available to the public. They were custom mods made by mod creators. Ooh, that's an upcoming video. Stay tuned. I'm going to do a video about how to, well, I'm not really going to teach you how to. I'm going to talk about the videos that I found that are how-to videos on how these trucks are made for the game by the mod community. There are creators in the mod community, and we can see a couple of them here, right? Spun, I think Frog, this Daihatsu, crap, I can't remember who made that, AGA, and I don't know if the, well, let's go to advanced, and then choose change truck. The FJ45 Gray, I don't know who made it, seriously. Sully's Sully Boggers, but I think that's made by Frog, the blue Ford. And then Spun FJ40 Crawler Red. And if I jump into the FJ Gray, it should be able to, or it should allow me to go to, oh man, that's actually a better centered screenshot. Let's do that. I like it. I like it. Now, if we go to advanced and choose change truck, Daihatsu Taft GT10X. So the creator didn't preface his name on that. All right. So while I took a quick break, it occurred to me, oh crap, man, the stream looks really dark and shadowy. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, it's probably just different contrast and brightness settings on my side monitor. Yeah, the TV is much brighter, and my monitor is a lot dimmer. Well, let's see. But it occurred to me that I could stream locally to my hard drive in 4K. Instead of using the Twitch system, I can actually make a Mudrunner 4K video and then put it on YouTube. However, it's of no value to you if you don't have a 4K device to watch it on. So, you know, it's a wonderful looking experience for me so far. I'm getting 106 or 7 frames per second just sitting here. You can even see that shown from the Steam FPS setting in the top left corner. You see those little green letters, numbers? 106, 107. But when we start banging through the trees, it's going to be a whole different story, I'm afraid. So let's roll the dice. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a four-wheeler by his toe. I'm going to drive this truck. And it's the Ford. Yeah, okay, so I just made something up there to like, clicked off. Pick one, dude. Shut up and go. I know, people get annoyed by me. Change truck. Oh man, you know what? This truck is obnoxiously loud. Let me go to settings. Man, my sound level is down very low, so you should still be able to hear me. I'm going to knock it down just a smidgen more because, oh, this truck is loud. All right, now we are at White Knuckle, and I have gone ahead and disconnected my manual shifter. I'm using a steering wheel, gas pedal, brake, so I don't really get to slip the clutch, I don't think. Oh, yes, I do. I push in the clutch and I hammer the throttle. Nothing happens. Boom. Suddenly, all right, let's do this again. Hit the brakes, right? Oh, yeah. I'm in automatic, so if you hit if you press and hold, or if you go past about quarter brake on the pedal, it throws you in reverse because I'm in automatic gearing. Okay, now we go forward a little bit, and there it is. I'm going to push in the clutch pedal, and I'm going to hammer the gas. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Let me come to a stop again, and then just hammer it. Oh, the truck just shifts really, really slowly. Huh, that's weird. All right, so the clutch is disengaged. The manual shifter is disengaged. And I have the little gear shifter over here showing. I'm in auto. Just want to get to our destination. And I really don't know what trail to pick. Let's read them. Rocky Ridge. Okay, been there, done that. Pretty much been there, done that on everything in this map. But there are some that I do less frequently because they're at the back 40 instead of right out here on the front road. And what is this one? Is this Rattlesnake? No, Scorpion Springs. All right, well, Scorpion Springs looks pretty gnarly. Let's look at the overview map. Oh, here we go. All right, so Scorpion Springs. Oh yeah, you know what? I should have gone on the main loop road. But you know what? Since I don't do Scorpion Springs very often, I'll jump on it here. I'll connect over to the main road. And then we'll do Lookout Hill Trail. Don't do that very often. It looks like there's trails on both sides here. Oh, okay, that's Rattlesnake Canyon going this way. Well, there seems to be an unlabeled... There's probably a sign on the road, but let's go ahead and do Scorpion Springs, and then we'll bring the other trucks this way, maybe. Oops. Ta-da. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, now this truck is just an absolute beast. You should put it in automatic, and it'll eat. It's almost a cheater truck, dude, I'm telling you. And it doesn't look like the tires are going to load up, so we don't have the mud mesh, or whatever it's called, covering the tires. And that's what I was referring to earlier. I'm going to talk about modding after I learn a little bit about it. I've only heard a couple things, talking to a couple guys about some things, about creators. And, that was nice. That was an easy downhill for this big boy. Shit. I actually had a two-door long bed Ford in this body style. Mine was only a two-wheel drive, and I had a tool topper on it. You know, a locking metal camper shell instead of the cheesy fiberglass shell with sliding windows that people could break into and steal your tools. I had a nice ARE aluminum topper on it, and it was a kind of weird royal blue. This I would call navy blue. Oh wait, it was Ford blue. It was the same color as the Ford emblem. Which is a light blue, not a royal blue. Yeah, not a light blue like sky blue. You get me. Alright, so this isn't working. Guess what happens next? We turn on diff locks. And we throttle down and use quarter throttle. And we're still not getting there, so... Oops. Damn it. Should have put on the parking brake. Anyway, so what am I going to do? I'm going to go to low. Low 2. Oh. Why did I stall? Wow. Wow, how in the hell am I stuck here like this? Oh, 1 plus and 1 low. Duh, my bad. Yeah, I haven't used the manual shifter in that long. And I don't usually use this style. I usually use a stock one. This style shifter comes from the Adega mod. Alright, so... I'm going to get my video game cartoon truck up this frickin' hill. And I've only got 2 wheels turning. Turn on diff locks, now I got 4 wheels turning. Yeek! My camera control's speed is way too fast. Let's change that real quick. Camera sensitivity. Yeah, knock that down a good bit. There, now it'll be less seasick inducing, I guess. Okay, we're almost getting it. We're almost getting it. So you can see right now the thing that irritates the hell out of Mudrunner Maniac is that floating tire. It is in contact with the ground. It just doesn't have appropriate tire deformation or some setting in the software that is used to make mods. Typically it's going to be 3D Studio Max or Blender, but hey man, I can just encourage you now to go watch some videos by a guy named Irrational, or is it Irrational? No, Invalid Redneck and Froggy, but I think it's XO Froggy. We'll get there in the next video. Or I should say in a future video. Don't know when. I will actually be getting to that. Man, do I really got to kick it down to one low? Yeah, that 1 plus should have tipped me off that I was in high gear, right? Alright, so I think if I attack this from a different angle, and just make a bombing run, no, not that way, this way, and try to hug that right side. Ah, crap, the driver's side. Anyway, I thought I'd bounce the rear into a different attack position. It's not happening. Oh, it's almost happening. It's happening. Woohoo! Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Woohoo! Yeah. All right, dude. I'm still getting 104 FPS, and you know, we got a lot of trees, we got a lot of rocks, we got a lot of crap in the way. So this RTX 3070 NVIDIA graphics video card is doing its job. In fact, you know what? I'll tell you all right now that let me set the parking brake, and then let me go look it up. I'll show you exactly the PC that I have, and it has come down to $1,000. It is an absolute bargain. It's a steal. I typically buy. I've built all of my own PCs after I bought my first 486 DX33. I doubled the amount of RAM in that box, my original PC. I put in a second processor and made it a DX66. Ooh. And I went from a 2 megabyte, seriously, 2 megabyte or a 4 megabyte hard drive to a 4 or an 8. Anyway, I doubled everything. I doubled the CPU speed, I doubled the RAM, and I doubled the freaking hard drive space. We didn't have add-on video cards at that time. And I hung on to that box, I believe, until I was able to get what was it? A Celeron 300A, and overclocked it to 450 megahertz. So anyway, that was gaming back in the day. So what am I going to be looking up here? Oh my God, I forgot what I was coming here to do. Yeah. We were bouncing up that trail. I was talking about, oh yeah, the PC power spec. 707, I think it's a G707, yeah. So this is the PC that I purchased during COVID because everybody and their brother was hoarding the GeForce 370 or GeForce RTX 3070. I got this rig for, I paid the full $1,800, but I've had it for over a year. And it has come down to $1,000. I'm telling you, this is an absolute bargain. It is an absolute steal. You don't have to install the motherboard. It's got a liquid-cooled CPU with a radiator and fans. Like, everything is there. The only thing I did was install two 6 terabyte Western Digital black hard drives. So my operating system is on Oh, it doesn't even it doesn't tell you until you get down into the specs, right? Um, Here you go, specs. General information operating system, processor, memory, solid state hard drive. Okay, so it's a PCIe NVMe M.2 drive. It's a full terabyte, and it's been plenty. The operating system does not take up nearly that much. Man, I can't remember how much Windows itself takes up, but there's plenty of space left on your operating system hard drive. So I run the operating system hard drive. I try to keep just software programs installed there, such as Windows, the operating system. I want that to load fast. I want Photoshop to load fast. I want my video editing softwares to load fast. So any software or application or work required or work type stuff gets installed on the solid state hard drive, and then I got the 6 terabyte Western Digital Black hard drive. Black is a 7200 RPM hard drive. I think red is also a 7200 RPM, and maybe they've got different varieties of hard drives. You don't want a 5400 RPM drive. You don't necessarily need black, but it is the cream of the crop for gamers because it's built to. It's just got better bearings in it, or God knows what. You can go read all about that on storagereview.com. Great website with if you want to nerd out on this stuff. Anyway, if you want to run games, if you want to run Mudrunner in 4K, you can spend $1,000 and have a fucking bitchin' PC, dude. I'm telling you, it's been fantastic. And I really haven't run much at 4K just because I can't stream it greater than 4K. So anyway, yet another diversion on GameBrain's gaming videos, because why not? All right, I have a hard time driving from the front. Mudrunner Maniac is really good at that. Gotta get back on the damn trail. I totally missed a section. All right, come on. We gotta get behind the... Okay, let's go back. I don't want to be a cheater. I didn't skip this on purpose. And you know, who's asking? Am I cheating? Nobody's asking that. It's just me. Okay. And yeah, this camera is pretty wonky. But boom, here we are. And like I said, this truck is a bomber, dude. It's a beast. And well, maybe my driving style is bomber, but the truck is a beast. It's almost a cheater, I'm telling you. And you know, I can see Mudrunner's complaint about the truck doesn't always have contact with the terrain. I don't know how that could be changed if somebody got a hold of this and revised it with the creator's permission, or if the creator revised it. I also want the tires to load up with dirt or mud and look filthy because I've been pounding stuff. Now, I do have this thing called the Realistic Dirt mod. When you download Realistic Dirt, you'll have a zip file called True Dirt. And then when you install it, you're going to see that the dirt and mud in the game that does pollute your body and paint job becomes amplified, and you get a much greater level of dirt buildup and mud. Even the water film should typically stay longer. So let's do a quick gonna have to use a parking brake. Yeah, okay, so you can see that gray film. Well, that's my exhaust fumes. You can see the gray film that is like the water splatter. It's beginning to degrade and slowly evaporate. Now the tires here have actually loaded up, but they clean off so quickly. I'm wondering if that's a result of the fact of the mud mod making the tire look dirty now, or if that's a result of the stock game, and maybe the tires do have an appropriate mesh that allows it to load up. Maybe the terrain that I'm driving on just doesn't dissolve. It doesn't have any deformation to it. It's pretty solid ground. So a lot of variables. It's quite interesting to me, and we'll delve into that in the video that I'm planning to show you a couple of samples of people who create these trucks. Oh, sorry, hiccups and burps. Isn't that awesome? I was going to Google that. What the hell? Why do I hiccup? What makes a hiccup? I know when you yawn, it's because your breathing has slowed down. Your body is ready to rest and go to sleep. You don't just yawn while you're, jogging or riding a mountain bike. You yawn when you're sitting down, chilling, and you slow your breathing, and that forces you to yawn because your body's like, hey man, you need to breathe a little harder. You're still awake. But when you fall asleep, then your body goes into a resting state, and you don't yawn in your sleep. Believe that or not. So, I'm pretty sure I could look up, why do I hiccup? And find an answer probably on YouTube. Some people already know this for whatever reason. Oh! Okay, that's not realistic at all, right? Well, I certainly wouldn't be driving this way in real life, but I want to get to the end of this trail and bust out another truck. Where's the exit? There we go. No! Left is right and right is wrong when you're steering from the front, man. It's really hard. I don't know how Maniac does this so good. Maybe he's just backwards. God, what a truck. This thing is just a beast. Uh-oh. 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 Let's get lined up so we can get up this next hill. I wanted to take this corner real wide and kind of square up to the obstacle. Well, look at this. We had all kinds of ways to go up this hill. I think I chose the more difficult way, and I usually do follow the road less traveled. One of my favorite books. Let's see, that's Robert Frost. That's a poem. But one of my favorite books is Walden by Henry David Thoreau. And he certainly is I think, the embodiment of someone who follows the road less traveled. Great author in American history. Henry David Thoreau. The book is called Walden. Basically, the dude in real life checked out of society. He went and moved onto a piece of property with a pond called Walden Pond. And whoops, now we want to go here. And what will we take next? Let's take that little oddball Jeep. Now, I actually put this on my favorites list, and either that was just because I hadn't tried it, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't lose track of owning this Jeep, using this Jeep, trying this Jeep on the trails. Look at it. He's like really squishy suspension. This is cool. This is going to be fun. This could be really challenging compared to that big bomber. The big blue bomber, which is a pretty good name for that Ford. Now, we got tire deformation happening here, and the vehicle is firmly planted on terra firma. Yeah, terra firma. That's what you call video game dirt that's been deformed by an algorithm. Terra forma rather than terra firma. I'm just making shit up, dude. This truck is extremely slow and automatic, which means it's probably, even automatic gearing when we get on the trail is it's going to be much more creepy crawly than that bomber, the big blue bomber. Ooh, awful tippy. Short wheelbase, high center of gravity. I shouldn't have taken the roof rack. I really don't need the fuel. In fact, could open the garage and remove that. Let's see. I'm going to turn on diff locks and try to go off to this side. There we go. Whoa! Whoa! Turn into it! Yep, you always turn into the tip. Whatever direction your vehicle's tipping, you turn into it and you should correct yourself. Oh boy. That's right. There were a couple really steep drop-offs early on, and I think this drop-off is actually longer than the truck. It is. This one is too. Oh man, and I'm not squared up. I think I really want to be square to this, because if you go over it kind of cockeyed, you're probably going to roll. Woo! All right, well, it kicked us over. I'm getting 119 FPS with these trees fluttering in my way, with the water churning around my tires, in a deep ravine, and the terrain being redrawn as I drive this way. Oh, look at the mud mod doing its work. The tires just came out of the water, so I understand that they would be black and wet and not loaded up. But the body's loaded up. The hood's all wet. Sideboards, or the rocker panels, are kind of covered in mud. Let's zoom in there. All right, so the even mud splatter in the bed of the truck. That's cool. All right, now I'm gonna have to try to get back into proper camera position. I really hate the overhanging tree thing. I wish that would be just disappear more easily. And let's throw it in too low. And let's throw on diff locks. And go to 1/32 throttle. And I'm still not getting anywhere. Oh. I got wet tires. Maybe after they dry off. If I spin them hard enough, maybe they'll dry off. Oh, there's tire deformation. Oh, that was nice. That was nice. Now, look at how muddy that freaking rig is. That's awesome. Dude, I'm telling you, 100 frames a second in 4K. I'm just going to keep playing this game in 4K. I'm curious how it's going to perform later today. I'm going to try multiplayer. And I should be able to get some pretty good frames, even in multiplayer. I don't see why not. It's only going to be... Well, I guess it will be rendering yet another vehicle, won't it? So that could put some burden on it. Maybe it'll knock me down to... I'll still be going above 60 FPS, I bet. Wow. This is kind of a walk in the park. I'm not bombing it like that super lifted Blue Bomber. But this thing's getting it done like nothing because, you know, low gearing. Rather high center of gravity. I could do without carrying extra fuel on the roof. Although, you know what? I didn't go to the fuel station, so it didn't load them up with weight. The only thing up there really is the rack as far as weight that's been added. But I mean, it's a marginal amount probably. All right, let's try diff lock and very, very partial throttle. Well, this is getting boring. I can't believe this truck can't get up this tiny little obstacle. I mean, this ain't nothing. Let's try this. Oh! Tried steering into it. Didn't work. Didn't really react quick enough, but wait. We have a battery-operated winch. So, what we're going to do is go ahead and just pull this guy sideways. Enough to get us on our wheels, start the engine, and there we go. Yeah, I don't know why. It's It's just we're old fat dudes who don't want to get out of the damn fucking truck and hook up a winch. That's why we don't want to get out of the vehicle, or that's why we don't want to use a winch. We're trying to mimic real life, man. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna call this. Now I'm gonna go just. Whoa. Well, I was gonna say I'm gonna go balls out bombing run with this guy, but then we get into a section where this little guy would easily go head over heels, and yeah, I didn't take my foot out of it fast enough. So let's see, how do we get out of this predicament? God, don't you just love all the frickin' stuff? All right, this should be a piece of cake, really. From here to that tree's probably good. Yeah, I do kind of miss the physical shifter, dude. I really wish the physical shifter allowed me to use, like first, second, third as low gears, and then fourth would be automatic, and then, over and down is reverse. That would be a pretty optimal. Oh, I guess you could actually have high as one of the. Since I have a 6-speed, I wouldn't. You can't call that an H, right? An H is a 4-speed, but a double H, and it's really not a double H. It's the center sticks on the H are overlapping. There's probably a word for it. So the force feedback on the wheel is really bizarre. Since I'm launching with Spin Mod, I can't use the Logitech Profiler, which makes it just butter. This is... I really don't care for the force feedback effects that games build in, and I don't see any way... Oh, wait a minute. You know what? Enable force feedback. Fuck it, let's just try it with that off. Oh, now it's like using the Logitech Profiler. Ha 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 ha! This is 10 times better. Forgot about that. I just usually launch everything with the Logitech Profiler, and then I get to... I do like a little bit of resistance and a little bit of centering strength, spring strength, and I don't have any of that right now. It's just off. But, oh well. This is much better than fighting force feedback. Fake feedback, I should call it. Man, this trail is pretty damn long, I gotta say. Alright, and we don't need to run all 4 trucks. Right now, I just wanted to test 4K, and maybe I'll run the other 2 trucks. You know what? I went up the left side with the Ford. Oh, shit! Well, we haven't killed the engine yet, so maybe we can get out of this. I threw in reverse, and yeah. Yeah, I think that's actually a pretty good idea. I'll record the other 2 trucks that are still back at the billboard on my local hard drive in 4K. If the streaming software, I should be able to record it locally in 4K. If not, maybe I can use the Xbox game capture feature or whatever. I got terabytes of hard drive available. Should be able to capture a 4K video and then upload that to YouTube. It will take YouTube a really long time to render, overnight probably, maybe longer. So it'll be a couple days before it ever shows up on YouTube. If I run one locally, it's not going to show up on Twitch at all. Oh, maybe, I wonder if I can stream live in 4K on YouTube. That's something to try. So, okay, never a dull moment in things that you can do if you're a video gamer and want to be streamer. It just would be really nice to get some feedback in the comment section, get some likes on a video, and have, like, you know, a reasonable facsimile of a community. Get some regulars who post, get some drive-bys who post, stuff like that. That's the dream anyway. Okay, now I really don't think he's getting up this. Oh, come on, come on. I can't see, I can't see, I can't see. Oh my god, I got over, I got it, I got up on there. I hooked the tire. I hooked the lip. What if I take off diff lock now? Nope. I don't think I'm getting up this. Oh boy, it started to feel like it was creeping. Oh, there it is. What if I keep trying to swing that rear end to get over a little bit? If it can just catch one little hunk of rock. I'm afraid to back up. All right, now let's just try granny gear. Hold still. I've got the gas pedal mashed. Getting nowhere. Okay, so granny doesn't work. Let's try low 2. Oh, there's an incredible amount of... Wow, I can't believe I'm getting that much tire spin. It really wants to, man. It really wants to. All right, there we go. It rolled backwards to where I could get into this little groove. I thought that was going to be my saving grace. Oh, it's so close. It's so close. It's there. Oh, yeah. Oh, how silly, right? God, I love this game. Isn't it a trip? Man, it looks absolutely phenomenal in 4K. I got to tell you. I generally only watch YouTube in 480 just because I don't want to burn all the bandwidth. I also watch YouTube videos in double X speed, so 2X. 2X so I can watch more videos in less time. Watch an hour-long video, it only takes me half an hour. Now for YouTube creators, they only get a 30-minute watch time, but if you complete the video, they get a bonus point for that. So there's all kinds of crap in the in the stuff that you end up trying to accomplish on YouTube. Like, you got to have 1,000 followers, you got to have 4,000 hours of people watching your stuff. A lot of people will click your video, they'll watch 2 minutes or 30 seconds, or they'll click forward halfway, and they'll watch 4 minutes in the middle, and then they're gone. I do that on videos that just don't keep my interest. Not always gaming, I'm talking to everything videos. I do like to cook, I watch a lot of cooking videos. You know, it's not something I've done my whole life, so it's kind of like a new hobby thing. And then four-wheeling and gaming and motorcycles. I watch a lot of Supercross, watch a lot of real-life off-roading, watch a lot of homesteading, chicken videos, gardening videos, shit like that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's stream. And like I said, I'm going to try to do this streaming live on YouTube in 4K, see if that's an option for me or available to me. And then I will post these videos as time permits, as I get them edited, and as I get them out there. Until that time, GameBrain is gone. Yeah, don't forget, buy that PC.